Hello everybody, I forgot to put in the post that this is Daily Office, but this is Daily Office. Today is Monday. It feels like a Monday too. I don't know, sluggish. Monday, August something. 23rd, there it is, August 23rd. Monday, August 23rd, Jake here, Daily Office, kids are getting ready, Emily's getting ready, so I'm flying solo today. But we are continuing through the Bible. Hello, Bambi. So when you comment your Bitmoji, it's like huge on the screen, which is kind of, it made my morning happy, so thank you, Bambi. Good morning, Pam, as well. Today, continuing through the Bible, Ecclesiastes. There we are, 5:18 to 20. So, then I realized that it is good and proper for a man to eat and drink, and to find satisfaction in his toilsome labor under the sun during the few days of life God has given him, for this is his lot. Moreover, when God gives any man wealth and possessions, and enables him to enjoy them, to accept his lot, and be happy in his work, this is a gift from God. He seldom reflects on the days of his life, because God keeps him occupied with gladness in his heart. That is it for today on that. So, reading this passage can be kind of perceived a couple different ways. One way that I read it reminds me of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So I think it's at the very beginning of the movie where he says something like, if you don't slow down once in a while, sniff the rose. I forget what the quote is. I should have looked it up, but you need to slow down in life. I feel like that kind of goes along with this, where the very last one, he seldom reflects on the days of his life because God keeps him occupied with gladness of heart. So, I feel like we normally either look forward to things or we look back at things. So we either reflect on something that happened or we're looking forward to the next thing. And we're in this constant state of flux where it's either, I want to look back at this, I want to look forward to this, and we're just kind of flipping back and forth, almost like a pendulum, you look to the future, to the past, to the future, to the past. And how often do we just sit and be in the moment? I feel like that's kind of what the scripture is telling us is, we need to slow down. We need to not always be looking at the next thing or the last thing, but appreciate what God gives us every day. So right now I'm out in the back of my house, and I hear, first off, it's cool right now, so I'm gonna thank God for that. It's cool. There's a little bit of dew on the morning grass, and I hear bugs, and it's very calming. And it's, I should be thinking, okay, I got to get the kids ready to school. We got these appointments this morning so far, so everything like that. But how often do we just take the time to sit back and relax? Do you guys who are here with me this morning, do you guys do that? I feel like it's something that's easy to say is, yeah, I need to live in the moment. I need to appreciate this and that. But, doing it's really hard because it is I feel like it always is looking forward to this, or this just happened, let me talk about it. I don't know. That's kind of my thought on that one. But I mean, also in the scripture it says, we're doing all this work, it's good and proper for a man to eat and drink and to find satisfaction in his work. Yes, that's good and everything like that. But we keep going forward and backwards, but I feel like I'm just repeating the same things. Looking at the past leads to depression. I feel like it can. Looking to the future leads to anxiety. Yeah, definitely it can. Present moment is the only thing that truly exists. The rest is a mirage. The power is in the now. If you want to move forward, stop revisiting the past. Yeah, I think Bambi and Phyllis, both those things are great. Bambi, yes, definitely easier said than done, that's for sure. I don't know, so I feel like, Bambi, one of the things you said is looking at the future can lead to anxiety. I feel like it can. Looking at the past leads to depression. I feel like it can, but I feel like it all depends on the lens that you're viewing it through. You know, if you're reflecting back on something that happened that wasn't good, if you're in life, if you're focusing on the bad parts of life, then those things can happen. If you're focusing on the good parts of life, then you're happy, but you're always seeking that same sort of, nothing can live up to something that you have in your mind, I guess. Where if you have this, you know, a child was born, it was the greatest day ever, whatever it was. If that was like your high point and you're comparing everything to that, then yes, it can lead to depression. Because nothing's going to live up to that, you know? I don't know, I feel like it's a lot, Phyllis, what did you say? I forget. If you want to move forward, stop revisiting the past. Yeah. Stop revisiting the past. I feel like that's kind of what the scripture's saying too, is, you know, yeah, we keep looking at the past. We keep looking back. We keep looking forward. And revisiting it, I feel like, for me, personally, is okay every once in a while. But if you're constantly in that state of looking back, looking forward, then, you know, really what purpose is that doing? It's okay to reflect. It's okay to look forward to something. But if you are constantly doing that, what are you doing in the moment to further God's kingdom? You know, you can live your life however you want, but if you live your life where you're always seeking something else, or you're always trying to get something else, if you're always trying to get the next promotion, to get the next new car, to get the next big house, you're looking forward to all these things, but you're going to put in a lot of hard and great work, but you're going to miss out on a lot too. You know, I feel like one of the things, kind of cliche for young married couples is, you know, do you want to have kids first, or do you want to, like, have a good job first? That kind of stuff. And I'm not saying one's right or wrong, or if it's even true, but I feel like that's one of those things where society tells us you need to choose a path and you gotta stick with it. And, you know, if you have a kid first, let's say, then I don't know where I'm going with this. I was off on a tangent. So let's flip this. So if you go after, like, the big promotion, the big job first, you know, you're gonna put everything, you're gonna be searching everything into, okay, what do I have to do to get this promotion? You know, I have to work extra hard, I have to do this, do that. And then you put your family, your spouse, those types of things to a back burner sometimes. And even if you have a small kid, if you still feel like, okay, I've got my kid now, I've got my family, we're done having kids, everything like that, and now I'm gonna go for that big promotion. You pour everything you have into that big promotion in order to get it. You know, you're gonna put your family to the back burner. And I feel like everything needs to be in balance, but you need to be living in the moment. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling. Am I on the right, is this connecting with you guys? Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of saying the same things and talking in circles, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see. Filling in on comments. Yes, so the filter and lens is what determines the response and the action. So that's true. Everyone keeps saying if they want to get back to the way it was. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, Bambi, you know, COVID, that's a better example than my shoddy, you know, have kids, have a job answer, I feel like. But yeah, you know, if we're trying to all get back to the way it was, let's not get back to the way it was. Let's get back to something better than the way it was. So how do we do that? I mean, that's the $1 million question. But first off, we got to get out of this pandemic thing. But second off, why do we want to? I feel like it's part of it is that people are scared of the unpredictable and the unexpected and the unknown. People know what it was pre-pandemic, and they're like, it was okay. It served its life. It did its purpose and it was good. But let's go back to that, because that's certainly better than what it is right now. But how can we make something better? How can we take what we had before pre-pandemic and then make it better? How can we make it better for not just the people at the top or the people, I don't know, but it's just, how do we make it better for everybody? And I feel like that's part of our job as Christians is, in our church, how do we make things better, not just for ourselves, but for everybody? And if it comes push to shove, is it better for everybody or is it better for us? I feel like we need to be pushing for better for everybody, and we take a back seat. But I don't know. Phyllis, don't forget the past. Just don't dwell on it. Yeah. And look forward to tomorrow. I agree. Yes. It's something where we don't want to constantly be looking at the past, constantly be looking at the future, but learn from the past experiences. Everything is, history repeats itself, as they say, but it's something where history repeats itself, so it's okay to learn and take what you've learned and apply it to new situations. I don't know. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I don't know how long this has gone. One of the things they need on these live things is a timer, so I know how long I've been rambling for. Oh, there it is. I just got to click on it. 12 minutes. That's a good one for a daily office. Be the blessing. Amen there. I'm going to pray here in a second. Pam. Yep, 11:48. Thank you, Bambi, for my time check. I always found it hard to balance family and work. I look back and I failed. My kids are so forgiving, so I need to forgive myself. So, Pam, thank you for the honesty. That's awesome. And I feel like you're not the only one in that boat. A lot of people, even myself right now, there are times when I'm like, okay, I need to go home and be with kids, and then something pops up and I need to do work stuff, or things like that. And my so funny story. Last night at youth, my daughter Lily, who's 5, she sends me a bunch of pictures of her posing and everything like this. And so I get them, I show the youth kids, and she said that she wanted to send me pictures to make me happy. So I talked to my wife after the kids got in bed and everything last night. I'm like, hey, what happened with those pics? And she's like, oh, well, Lily just thought you were really sad and she wanted to send you those pictures to cheer you up, but she thought that you were sad because you haven't been playing with her as much recently. And that broke my heart. Like, I'm crying right now about it. But, one of the benefits of my job right now is I can do a lot of things remotely and not have to go into the church to work. And I've been taking advantage of that. But when you hear it in a way where, I'm doing something to try and get this job complete, so that I can spend more time with my family. So, but at the same time, I'm missing out on the now because I'm saying I need to get this done. So, Pam, back to your comment, you feel like you've found it hard to work life and balance. Everyone is like that. Balance family life and work. I feel like I'm failing now sometimes. I have great days where I do no work and I spend all my time with the kid, and it's all a balancing act. But hearing that last night seriously broke my heart. And it's one of those things where, I think the overarching theme is, if your kids have more good memories than bad of you, you've won. I feel like that's the big thing. But I didn't know, Pam, your comment, your little comment there, your honest comment, which I love. It was gonna lead me down that rabbit hole where I was gonna be a little emotional at 7:45 in the morning. So thank you for that. But you know, that's part of what these daily offices are for, is for the open honesty. It's for sharing in the comments. It's for showing vulnerability and show like where we're struggling, those types of things. And that's something that I'm struggling with right now, is, you know, how do I deliberately show my kids that even though there's work time and there's playtime, that I still care for them, and I still love them, and even though they know that I still love them. But that hit me in the feels, Pam. Thanks. I'm gonna pray because now we're way past. But go ahead and bow your heads with me, and we'll be having a good Monday. So, Lord, thank you for the now. It's hard to live in the now with constant pressures from everywhere saying we need to look forward to this, we need to reflect on that. But thank you for allowing there to be a present that we can and should be a part of. Thank you for open and honest discussions as well, because those are things that we need to establish community, to establish trust, to establish a better world. It's something pre-pandemic we didn't have. We need more of that. If we want to make a better world, a better kingdom for you, Lord, we need more trust, we need more honesty, we need more vulnerability, no matter how hard it is. Lord, I pray that everybody watching now and the future on this video lives in the now, appreciates it for its beauty and for the work that you've done for us. In your name we pray. Amen. Yeah. Phyllis, you nailed it. I am my mother's son. Emotions I got purely from her. So, see you all. Have a great Monday. Catch you some other time next week. See ya.